That's it. Everything else out there is an irrelevant resource. It bundles up into either time, energy, or money. Just because you have money doesn't mean you can make a change. Because if you don't have enough energy or enough time, the money doesn't help you. You can have all the time in the world, and if you don't have enough money, you can't affect the change, right? So you need to have all three resources. So when I work with clients, that's a lot of times where we start from is, hey, these are the three resources you have. Which of these resources do you have in abundance? Which of these resources do you have the least amount of? And oftentimes what we find is people have either a great deal of time and no money, or a great deal of money and very little time. That helps us adjust how we will train them, right? People who have a great deal of money and not a lot of time, we will put them into a
Right.
very concentrated training. And vice versa. People who have more time than money, they'll go into digital training.
So how about what would you say would be the number one skill or the number one thing people should do to change the outcome of what they want to change?
When the reason I struggle with this is because I would argue that most people don't know what outcome they want. I would argue that most people think they want something, but they haven't thought it through. So they don't really know. And when you tell them to take certain actions, they'll take the action, they'll start to see progress, and then they might realize, well, that's not really what I wanted in the first place. So now I've got to
Right.
I've got to go back and change myself. So what I often try to tell people first is that whatever you think you want, there's a good chance that you're not self-aware enough to even identify correctly the outcome that you desire.